Okay. So basically the way we'll be doing this, because of the way your curriculum, how many of you really looked at, like, how many of you have been following the curriculum so far? You've been reading and tracking stuff and following the curriculum so far? Have you guys done that?
Yeah, I've been reading. Yeah, but no, I've not gone really deep yet. So
okay, so you've covered your first week courses.
Yes, started accessing with content.
To be sincere, I followed the symbol after that first after the first they posted on the platform on December, I think, yeah, on December. Then even the last one, we were unable to access it.
So is that inaccessible?
Then the last one they pasted this January. The last one they pasted this January. All of them, I'm unable to access it. There's nothing there, just like an empty.
Wow.
I feel it opens up the time as time progresses, the course will start being available to you. I also experienced that with some courses. I had to just mark them as completed, and the other ones were opening up gradually. So
I can't mark them as completed when I haven't done anything
exactly.
there. Once I open it, what I will see, mark as completed, go back, nothing else again.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong. It's not going to be helpful this way. So basically, it's supposed to be that you guys will study through. We meet once in a week, and we go through what you've studied. You ask your question. I'm coming. I think the person that was trying to join is trying to complain that they should be previously removed by the host.
I just sent a screenshot of it via the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I've seen it. Don't worry, I understand what you're saying. I can see it from here. It's just some. Okay, what I'm going to do is that just so it's not waste your time, I'm going to drop the resources for your first week's courses for you guys on WhatsApp. You get? I'll look for other resources that talk about those topics. You get from other places and drop for you guys so you guys can read as much as you can. You get pending our next meeting next week, okay?
Okay, sure. That would be great.
Yeah, because we can't just keep relying on that on the official platform that they give. If it's not working, just shouldn't make people just waste your time. So even apart from that, even if it was working, it wouldn't have much for you guys like that. If you want to really go far in this, you need to. There's a lot more. There's a lot more that you need. In fact, I think over 70% of what you need in the course. Somebody dropped out. Folake fell out.
Hello, I'm still here.
Okay. It was Emmanuel who fell out, not you. Okay. I'm coming. Let me tell what's her name, Patience to join.
I think she's the Zoom user.
Yes, she's Zoom user. So I've told her to join another email because that other email, Zoom is not going to let her join it again or flag it. So just continue without her. So I'll drop that for you guys because right now we can't even start saying anything now. We can't even start discussing much in terms of product design without you guys having any form of introduction to it, but I'll just try to. I wish this was okay. I'll just try to introduce you to the concepts, to the whole experience, what you'll be expecting in the field, how things work, kind of. So basically, when you guys how we also be going about the courses, when you guys study and we meet, what I'll do is that I'll find out what you understand. You share for after every week's course, we'll be giving you some kind of exercise or activity to carry out. I'll drop that on the WhatsApp group along with the courses. So you'd be able to just carry out those activities just to test your strength and just put your feet on the water, get wet a little bit. Then we'll pick up again, and then I'll be able to look at your questions, your challenges, your blockers, your interests, things like that, and drop examples, give you more context on what you're learning, give you run you through some examples, some exercises, probably carry you through some things that I have seen before, things I've done also, just to inspire you guys to see how some things are done. So basically that's how to be going. So you'll be able to you'll be able to familiarize yourself. I think people are waiting for us. Let me admit them all. Okay. So so you'll be able to familiarize yourself, on the with the concepts. So for today, I'd just like to introduce you guys to product design. Welcome to the program. Congratulations for joining, and I hope to see you guys really succeed in this. Product design by Austin. Okay. Wale. We have new. Okay, Wale is with us now. Mr. Wale, welcome. Can you just unmute and introduce yourself?
Are you talking to me?
Wale.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Just want to hear your voice and know you all.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so so I was saying that I'll just welcome you guys to the course and trying to tell you about how things are with product design. So every single thing you see in the market that you're using today, look at Austin is using a headset. You guys are using Zoom right now. Using your phones. You were inside a vehicle going to work. You're looking using a television. All those things you're seeing. They didn't just come into existence. They didn't just come into existence. For example, you live inside a house. Yeah, while some buildings could just be built like that randomly, but very exquisite buildings you see you see around, or even good road networks that you walk in, or that you use, or you drive through. These things didn't just show up. They were first of all conceptualized and then designed. You get so now what product design is? Product design is simply the bridge between the problem and the solution. You get so the product designer is the one who looks at the problem, studies the problem, analyzes the problem, and then finds contextual solutions to those problems, and then defines those solutions using design, such that other stakeholders of that or stakeholders of that particular problem or interest will be able to work with it to develop that solution to solve the problem for those who are directly impacted by it. You get so for example, people needed to talk with each other. Back then they were using letters, and you wait for months for letters to post office to send across, and you wait for a long time for it to come back. And then somebody looks at it and says, oh God, I need to talk to somebody right now, maybe emergency or something like that. You come up with the telephone. You think about how can you do this? Maybe it's a device that can speak to, you can talk one way and then somebody else can receive it some other way. And then they start looking into it and start defining what is going to take requirements as the requirements for developing that kind of device, solving that kind of problem. They start documenting those requirements, look at those protocols, defining them, fine-tuning until you get the telephone. And then down the line, instead of iterating the telephones, you get the mobile phone you have today. Or we look at Zoom right now. People want to meet remotely. There's no way to meet remotely. You have to be traveling all the time to a particular meeting place, which can be inconveniencing. So how can we make sure that we can hold our meetings regardless of where we are? So you have a problem called a problem with regard to meetings, conferencing and meetings. And then you have people looking into it as looking into that problem and try to solve it, and they come up with a solution, like Zoom, and that Zoom is a product. So the designers, people who worked on Zoom, who look at that problem and define it and try to come up, applying design principles, applying different methods to assemble possible solutions or possible methods of coming up with solutions to that problem are product designers. So they came up and said, okay, they will now assemble this. You use a laptop or a mobile device. We'll place the screens here, screens there. They'll see through this. We'll use the camera. They start coming up with things in order to make it possible for us to have this meeting today. So now they solve a problem for us. So that's what product design really is all about. It's all about you exploring problems, looking at problems and coming up with best solutions to those problems, and then being able to communicate those problems and communicate the solutions to those problems in a way that engineers and users will be able to build a system by which users can interact with and have their needs met. You want to access your bank. A product design looks at that problem. It designs a system of screens and interactions so that you'll be able to interact with a particular system in device and then get your money transferred from one point to the other. So basically that's what you're looking at product design. So this is just me trying to simplify for you guys. I will be sending you a lot of resources to this regard where you look at different examples and different things around it. So let me just stop so far and just ask if we have any questions or anything to any questions before I go on. Do you have any questions? None. Okay. So in the absence of questions, I want to ask a question to each of you. Which of you has had any prior knowledge or any prior experience with product design or with design generally?
Help me close this door, sorry. For me, I understand. Don't worry, I will fix it. I will need a good driver. Sorry. For me, I have experience with US UI, but I think my experience is first-hand. It's a physical one because when my company needed to develop our website, we have our team. So I worked with a team, but that is a Chinese team. That's where I understood the difference between the UX and UI, which is the UX is the user's experience.
Yeah.
What user view what users can, okay, what can we do to make this thing, okay, let's assume this app has been developed, but what can we do to make the app better? What can we do to make the US UI is now the user interface?
Yes.
After the US, which is like survey on what to build, then the UI is now the already made app, the solution that has been given, like the user interface, what you have built, it has helped. What do you want people to change? Do people love the user interface? So, but I had that experience, but I didn't actually understand it. But when I now did a research on this US UI, I now realized what I did, and even realized that what I did it at a penny. Why there's so much money in it? So I now decided to actually get the full knowledge.
Okay, I see. I see you're coming from a business end of it. I like the fact that you had a foundation from an industrial point of view. So you were actually in the business line where you saw it being used to actually solve problems that people pay for. So you already have a good orientation experientially. You're right about the fact that the UX is the user experience, which is really the backbone or the framework for the user interface. User interface is just like a canvas, where the user actually gets to interact with the system or the solution you're giving. But user interface is actually a very small part of the user experience. So user interface in itself can be experienced differently. It was the way, for example, the size of a button. If a button is small and a button is big, both of them are going to be giving the user two different experiences. You get down the line. This is not in your curriculum, but I'll try to drop it for you guys to go and study. Something we call UI principles and UX principles. In those principles, you see a number of things, a number of rules and logical, a lot of philosophical frameworks that guide and constrain decision making in design. You get, it is those frameworks, it is those principles that guide designers to know or understand how user behaviors are going to be like in different conditions, different circumstances. So, for example, let's take, for example, that it is discovered that users, for example, a person, for example, takes a longer time. There's this law, the Fitts law states that, just an example. I mean, don't try cramming Fitts law yet. I just want to give you an example. The number of the time it takes to make a decision, the time it takes to make a decision is directly proportional to the number of options the user is faced with. So if I give you 10 things and say you should make a decision which way to go, and I give you 2, you make a decision faster when you're looking at 2, right? You get. So that principle is a principle of life generally. So when you're designing options, for example, trying to get in here. When you're designing an interface that requires people to make a choice, you get, you try to see how you can break down the who opened the whiteboard? Somebody was sharing something. Austin.
You can exit it, sorry.
Or I think you can do it yourself. You're the one who opened it, so you can turn off. Okay.
Sorry for the
No problem. You are experimenting on the UI, so you can see how it works now. So that's good. So we'll be using that whiteboard frequently. Sometimes if you want to demonstrate anything, you can really use it. So it's a good play. Now, based on that law, you can see that if I want to design why are we having Taiwo and Solomon inside UX, inside product design class? Solomon, what are you guys doing here? Taiwo and Solomon.
Solomon and Taiwo, please check the invites. I think there's a different link for that session. Cheers.
Okay, they had editor. So okay. All right. So when you look at that, when you look at that law, for example, that law guides you to know that okay, because human beings behave this way, if I want them to make a choice, let's say you're looking at an e-commerce app, or you wanted to make a choice between 3 things before going to another place. Let's say you have 5 options. You will find a way to reduce those 5 options to probably just 3. And when they choose a particular top level one, you not expose them to the next one. So just because you don't want to overwhelm them with so many choices, they'll just take a long time trying to make a decision. And if it take too long, they may drop off and just say that okay, they're tired of this, I will just drop it and close them. You lose that person. You get, because the experience you gave him was not good. And why would you choose to give him that good experience? Because you understand the principles of human behavior. So that's why you have to learn all those, learn UX principles and UI principles. You get, and general design principles. I'll give you guys a link to where you're going to have a robust access to those things. So that's where UX comes in, where UX is much more broad, much more robust than UI, because UI depends on it. So how you, for example, let's look at another law that states that so you see that based on that principle, which is a UX principle, you design your UI to allow you to just click maybe 3 options or 2. You get, so your UI now is because of your understanding of user behaviors, because you're trying to define their experience. So because you define that UI that way, based on that principle, you give the user a good experience. You get. Now look at the fact that there's another law, I think that's Hicks law, that states that that the efforts it takes a user to click on a particular button is directly proportional to the size of that button and the distance between the users, this distance to that button. You get, so how fast they can click on it or how easy they can click on it depends on if the button is big and close to them. If the button is tiny and in a place, you have to be more careful. So the user will not be spending more effort to click. Now that's a law you have to know. Now if you don't know that law, you just define it, just the button in a place and just putting things up to click. You get, so because it's just there, you just be struggling and they'll be struggling. And one day, once somebody who understands that, will just design it and make that button easier to click, and it will be easier for them. And you just wonder why your customers are going to their sites, not your own. You get, because the experience is better to their site because the person understands this law. So just this example. So the button is your UI, but the fact that you chose to make it big, small, and all those things, was based on your understanding of user behavior, and it's going to create a good experience. So user experience is not usually seen with your eye. It's actually something that your users know, based on the way based on the decisions you make around your UI because of your knowledge of their behavior and their circumstances. But experience also goes beyond. It also goes beyond the interface of the app itself. In product design is not user experience design per se. Product design product design covers business. User experience design doesn't think about business mostly. It thinks about the users. You get, it's focused on the user's experience, how the user will be like, how they will feel like, how it should be for them. But when it comes to product design, there has to be a balance between users' needs, and users' requirements and business requirements, as well as business abilities. You get, so simply because users want something and you like to give it to them doesn't mean that you can give it to them. Some things that you have to give to your users could be very, very expensive for your business. You get, so you'd have to make decisions that balance between users and the business. You get, so a product designer job is to look at the situation and see how they can create a product that will be profitable for the business. You get, So product designers are mostly like business people. They think business. They think about developing solutions that will be profitable, that people will buy, people will use, people will like, people will pay for, people will keep paying for. You think about it that way. So they now employ the services or the skills of UI, user experience design and user interface design to develop products that are valuable. You get that are valuable and useful and usable and accessible and admirable. You get. So really, there's a lot of arguments currently in the industry regarding what is user experience, what is product design, what is UI design, what's the difference. To be very honest with you, I don't think there's any such thing as product designer, UX designer, UI designer. Those things don't really fly. Those things they're just simply skill sets required to achieve a goal. The ultimate goal that commands all three of them really is the need for solving problems for people and businesses. So you're trying to solve problems for people and businesses. People's problems are the things in their life that they want to get done, in 1,000 billion things that they want to get done in different ways that they want to make life easy for them. That's what people want. You want to get to the office. You want to get to the office fast without traffic problem. If somebody can give you a product, you wish that when you just turn off from your bed, step on your front door, you should see yourself in your office. That's what users want. You get. It is there. Every user wants it today. Forget about that Uber is there and there's plane. If people can see it, they just step out and just go to America, the snap of a finger. That's what they want. They always want it. They want it. So now, businesses on the other hand want to make profits. They want to sell things that people will buy and they can make money from and make money for stakeholders. So that's business problems. So business wants money. Users want solutions to their infinite problems. So your own job as a designer or your job as a product designer is to look for a way to now to take advantage of the needs and demands and issues and gaps and experiences or bad experiences of users, to now exploit those gaps and create solutions for businesses. Because solutions that businesses can sell to them and that users can recognize as a solution to their problem. You take it, use it, find it that it is useful, and then come back for it and be willing to pay for it. You get? That's your job as a product designer. So it's not even about designing things, pixels, Figma, plenty of those things you are hearing. It's about just be able to rise up and think in between problems and solutions and money making and profits. That's what you're thinking. Now with that, you will see UI and UX and all those principles as just tool sets and skill sets. Skills and tools in the box for you to utilize to solve that problem. Once you see that way, you become a master of what you do quickly. If you start out just looking at UX, the concepts, UI, the concepts, the subjects, it will be a distraction to you, really. You'll be looking at tools. It will be as if, let's look at this one now. You'll be like a carpenter. You want to study carpenter, you want to be a carpenter. And instead of you looking at people and tables and people need to eat food. They want to sit down together as a family. Or people want to play sport. And they don't have anything. They need a clean place to play football, or they need a clean place to play basketball. You're just seeing it. You now start looking at it as per how to hammer a nail on the wall, or how to use a hammer, or how to use a saw, or how to use a measuring tape. You can learn how to do all those things and all that, and that's it. Doesn't necessarily make you a good carpenter. It makes you a good carpenter, but doesn't make you a product designer. As a carpenter, you can be a product designer. You can just sit down and look at it and say, okay, these guys want to play basketball. This land is not straight. We can just use wood to make a very straight basketball court in this place, and everything will be wood and it's very nice, and they can just have a good experience playing ball, and they can pay for it every day. That's how you're thinking. You're a business guy. You're already seeing a problem, and you are thinking about using wood and hammer and nail and everything to solve it. So that's the level. That's how product designers think. You think from a problem and solutions point of view. You get a business point of view. That's how you start out. You want to start out well as a product designer. Most of these things I'm telling you guys are not really available much like in design schools. Design schools are going to be telling you more about the issues of design, the principles, the difference between product design and this one. They'll just be telling you technical issues. But I'm telling you what works in the market, what really the industry really sells, what will make you get a job. The kind of angle you come from that will make you want to be hired. Why companies will want to keep you. It's not because you can design nice screens, but it's because you can solve problems. You can solve problems for them. You can actually see their need and say that, oh, these guys, people want to make profit. Let me tell you something. This angle you are going is not going to make you a lot of profit. Let's go this way. If we do this, and we look at that place, there's a problem. Then look at those guys the way you're thinking. If we can make this thing behave this way in this area for these guys, you said they will start buying it more. That's the kind of language you use that will make them hire you. You get? They will not say, oh, okay, come and do it. You get? So that's why I'm telling you these things. That's the principal thing you have in your mind. That's how I began personally when I started my journey in design. I didn't start my journey in design reading design stuff or being in design school or even having classes the way you guys are having like this. I started out trying to solve a problem. You get problems after problems. Blah, blah, blah. I learned everything on my path to doing a school management product for a company for me and my friends. Started to work on an agricultural software platform, like that. That's how I grew in designing, solving problems after problems, and got to now solve very, very high level problems, So I learned all my skills, read things, research things based on that. So always put problems in front of you. And that's why I was telling you guys on the group today that start out solving problem. If you can start right now, look for a problem. As you're reading through your courses, read through your courses in the context of solving a problem you are currently looking at. There are problems around you. Can you recognize anything? Have you been to the store before and you had a problem? You had a complaint of how you wish that the store would perform for you. That's the problem you just spotted. You may not be the only one having that problem. A lot of people may have that problem, and probably if you solve it, you have a business product. You get? Have you been to school and there was a problem? Have you been on the road working? Have you been in the bus? 1,000 places that there are issues. Look for how you can do that thing, and then find how you can define it in the problem. If you don't have it, bring it in our next meeting. Raise it on the group, raise it on WhatsApp, drop it on the group, try to document it, reach out to me privately if you have such things. That is how you're going to grow on this. And I'm going to give you time. I'll work with you through that process, link you up with things you need. That's how you're going to grow fast. You get? So as you're reading your stuff, just keep in mind that you're looking for problems to solve. So basically, that's just what I wanted to share with us in this particular meeting today, just to inspire you guys on what you should look out for as product designers. Think business, think solving problems, think profit. That's where the big money is.
I'm thinking business already.
I
have one at hand, but after this, maybe we'll talk privately.
All right. So that's how you think. That's what will be your compass that will help you to be able to really grow in product design. Let me tell you, I'll just share with you stories of things so you understand why. Take it seriously. When I started out as a designer, though I started out much more as an engineer, long before I started doing design. So I started out as a back-end engineer. Then I went to front-end engineering before I went into design. So I went into everything where it helped me to be able to solve problems both from the front, from the user standpoint and from an engineering standpoint. So if I'm looking at a product, I'm looking at a product from how the user's experience is going to be and how it's going to be built. Also, I can easily suggest what's up at the back, how engineers are going to go about it, to also this kind of stuff. So now, at the point as I was growing up, it came to a point where companies rather would want to, offer me both salary and equity. You get? Because I would come up with ideas, wild ideas that are way beyond the scope of the company that they wanted at that time, and show them how they can make much more bigger money. You get from design. So I know that, okay, let's add this feature. We'll add this feature and connect it to this feature, and we'll bring this other feature and link it up with this other industry, and this is this. We're going to expand from this to this. You're thinking that way. That is what companies want to have. Salary is not what they're going to be looking for it for you. They want to keep you. You get? So I'm just saying you guys this story because so you know that you know what's possible in the industry. If you go through this route, I'm telling you. If you go through the route of just This is just the basic design issues. You just be a designer that can put buttons, draw nice screens and all. There are many of such people in the market. And believe me, the competition in that place is very, very high. You could have other skills and not get a job, or just get a small job that will be paying you one amount of money. And every time you want to get a job, you'll be competing against a lot of people who are like you. But what will make you stand out is when you're presenting your resume, your application letter, for example, your cover letter. You're not talking design. You're pitching solutions to the problem. I was at Edukoya. If you guys check my LinkedIn profile, you see that I worked at Edukoya last year. I mean, last 2 years. Last 2 years. I was at Edukoya last 2 years. Now, how did I get that job in Edukoya? Edukoya was sending out a job offers for product designers. People applied before I did. People were even in the company before I did. They already had product designers in the company before I did. They even had guys that they wanted to even lead the team before I saw it. A friend of mine linked me or told me about it. So what I did was I didn't go and tell them that I want to come here and send my portfolio. What I did was I downloaded Edukoya's app. I think I didn't have an Android phone then. I just had an iPhone. So I got my friend to help me download the app. I looked at the app. I tried using the app. And I found a lot of problems in the app. Okay, apart from problems I saw in the app, I also saw opportunities of what they could do to make more money if they do XYZ. So I sat down and wrote a review of the app and told them exactly what they could do, what is working in the app, what's not working in the app, and what they could do and what they could expect. And I sent it to them. I sent it in the morning. 2 hours later, I was called for an interview, and 2 days later, I got a job and I led the team. So you see that there were designers already on the team, but they were coming for the guy who was seeing into the problems and finding a way to make more profit for the company. And we're all designers. And I ended up being the team lead for the product. So that's how it works. I'm telling you guys this, so don't think, because if I just tell you like that, you may not believe what I'm saying. I tell you, think business, think problems. You may not believe what I'm saying much until I start. So if I give you these life examples of what really happened, you would know that it's real. That's how it works. You get so. Going down the line, we'll be looking at everything we're looking at in terms of problems. You see me like, I'll be giving you guys assignments that says, think of so and so thing. This is happening. How will you solve it? This is happening. How will you solve it? You get so. Thank you guys. Let me hear from you guys now. Questions, comments, stuff. Let's go along.
So far, so good. I love your teaching. I'm really motivated because I love business.
Yeah.
I love money. At least with this now, anywhere I'm moving, everything that I'm passing by, I'll be conscious to examine it, to be taking record of problems.
Excellent, my brother. That is, believe me, you see that you are going to excel.
I have started a back-end this thing course before. I just saw this one. I was like, I didn't even know that actually is going to get to this extent. I just said, Nigerian government, anyway, let's apply. I would have applied for that back-end, but since I'm already on that going the course, I'll just like, let me support it with this. At least with this, to design anything, to build any app, design anything will be a lot more easier.
Yes.
I thank you for the lecture for today anyway. I'll still message you because there is one particular problem I have been, though I took it as this, but from what I observed, I think we should be able to even do see how people do a survey and see how people look at the app, what they will think before we even go into the developing.
Okay.
But that we'll discuss later.
Okay. That's excellent. That's I'm looking for others of you also coming up with your own ideas and problems you're trying to solve that you bring to me privately or bring to the group, anyhow you want to do it. Because that's what's going to make you really good designers. That's what you can finish this course. And if you can finish this course and read everything they gave you in the curriculum, and pass, and you will never be a designer. The day you be a designer is the day you start to solve a problem. That's when you start to realize. That's when you start to realize that you didn't remember the code, because it is what you remembered when you're solving a problem that you actually remember permanently. You get. If you think about, if they told you about a design principle or 7 laws of this or 7 laws of that, human-centered design, 7 principles, 5 principles of human-centered design, you know this in your head. Which is when you're trying to actually get a product into users' hand and you start testing them, and start to see them rejecting it and not even accepting it. And you ask yourself what's wrong. Then you start to remember your theories, start to go to the internet and be asking, checking things. Now start to reapply things in the way that will work. That one you apply is the one that you now remember. You now know. You now know that you know it. You're having hands-on experience in it. And the earlier you get hands-on, the better you get. So who again has something to add? Folake, you've been quiet and you just keep posting.
Sorry, Mr. Isaac.
No, it's not Isaac, it's Samuel.
Hello, can you hear me?
It's Samuel. Don't Isaac.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Samuel. Good afternoon once again. So, first of all, I would like to say thank you, a very big thank you for this lecture. It's like insightful. Aside reading the course and checking the courses, hearing directly from you as like being impactful, and it makes us like see things in a wider vision. So thank you very much. And also, I also want to make a complaint. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to make the complaint to you, but because of the same complaint, I sent a mail to 3MTT, but I didn't get a response. For my videos, I can't watch those videos, like they are not showing. It's just telling me to mark this course as complete or go back to the previous course. Like from week 2, I've not been able to, from 2nd month, which is this month, I've not been able to watch any video.
Don't worry, your friends also, your colleagues also made the same complaint.
Okay.
I actually also observed the same thing. I made the same complaint before these things, and I've not really had anything positive coming up. So what I did was that I collected a list of alternative sources for you guys. You get. So I will share it on WhatsApp. Really, I'll just follow the curriculum, the curriculum topics, but I'll share you resources based on those curriculum topics from other places that you can go and read. You get, and follow up.
Okay.
So that's how.
Thank you very much.
To give you guys things beyond here, because so I don't want you guys to put your mind in this. I have to tell you guys the truth. You get. All of us here depend. This is all something coming from the Nigerian government. It's not necessarily something we have control over. If it was something that we had control over, you will have a different experience entirely. You know, but we don't have control. In fact, if it was in our power, the curriculum you're having there is not what you'll be having. You'll be having a more robust and comprehensive curriculum. You know, there's a lot of things, up to 70% of what you guys really need is not in that curriculum. So, but it is an opportunity. One thing you should know is that this thing gives you an opportunity. The opportunity you have is the opportunity of meeting people who can help you. For example, we've met. You can always now have access to me forever. You understand? Forever. And I can easily know which of you is strong. And I have a lot of opportunity in the industry. You get everywhere openings. If I have a job opening and I need a product designer, I need somebody. Maybe even I need a junior product designer that just is a minimal job opening. We need somebody there, but we don't need somebody very high, but we need somebody there. Now, depending on how I see you guys, how much you perform, how much you be solving problems. I'll not go and waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time start putting out applications in the market on LinkedIn. I will not do that. That's too costly. I just carry a phone and call Austin or call Manuel or call Folake or Wole, any of you that I know that guys, are you available? There's a job here in this place. That's all. You get. So it's an opportunity. It's much bigger than those things. You might not. If you it's much bigger than that. So that's the main thing. So just take this as an opportunity. And even though it's a 3 months course, believe me, if you spend 3 months trying to solve one problem, you will be better off trying to spend those 3 months trying to cram 1,000 topics. You get. So pick up it as early as possible. all of you, there's plenty of problem in this country. I can tell you. I'm telling you, there's plenty of problems in this country. I went to Just Right one time to buy something, and when I was coming out of, I went to the cashier to pay. When I got there and I saw there was a line, I was in a hurry, and I was just feeling impatient. And instead of complaining, what I did was that I just asked myself, wait, this problem, how can I solve it with design? And in I think about 30 seconds, I just turned on my phone and just did a voice recording quickly. I think it was even a video call. I made a quick video for call for myself right there, on how I'm going to solve that problem. When I go home, I expanded on it. Right now, I think I ended up developing a product. Hopefully, I'll be plugging into a system that we're currently building on our product that's going to allow people to be able to buy things from any shop, anywhere, even no matter a bookie shop next to them. But just stay in your house, pick up your phone and buy it, and they'll come and give it to you in your house, even if it's a bookie, easily. That's what came out of it. Trying to solve a problem that I was pissed about on the payment line, Just Right. So there's always a problem to solve. There's always a problem to solve. Even if I don't get around to do it, even if I don't get around to do that project, but because I spend time trying to do it, has given me time to exercise my own brain, my own mind. In the process, I'm much stronger than before because I've looked at the problem. I've tried to deal with all the different angles of it, tested it, going back, did interviews, check this, come back, and I've learned things that I'm going to apply in other places. Even if I don't do it, I've learned things that I'm going to apply. So that's how I get stronger in real time. So if I'm in an interview, I'll be talking like somebody who has been on the ground, not just somebody who has been to school, but somebody who has had experience. So I'm just encouraging you guys more. I forget about that the curriculum is not that you cannot access most videos. So I'm going to help people as much as I can. I'll just get access to all the sources that get online, and then you can make up for that. But I'm encouraging you to proceed as early as possible. Today like this, they're going to look for a problem. Start to build your problem case. So just start doing that. So Folake, I want to hear from you. Okay, Wale. Okay, you just me talking now, Wale. I'm not talking before. I'm not hearing not comment. I want to hear from Folake. Just quiet.
Somebody is near, muted and making some noise.
Festus, please, can you mute? Go on, Folake. Okay, you are at work. I get. All right, no problem. Okay. I guess we have been quite a while today, so let's just call it today. Today was just mostly to just introduce us, encourage us, paint a good picture of your landscape or in product design, how you should position yourself, and how you should prepare yourself, and what you should expect if you put in the work. Every single work you put into this thing, every minute will count. It not counts because this course is not going to give you anything as in itself, like certificate that is useful. Nobody is going to employ you anywhere in the world because you went through 3MTT. Nobody. Like you won't get a single job because of 3MTT. You get, but every single effort you do will add up to you as a product designer. That if you start to do exactly what I told you, start to build yourself up in solving problems. For example, you are in your job. I'm sure that there are a lot of problems in your job like this. That you just be looking at those problems from the angle of, I'm a product designer. How can I solve this problem with design? Just be asking yourself that thing. How can this be faster? Is there a way to make it better? Can we process this thing much better? Where do you work, Folake? Just type it, let me see. Let me just show you how you can start building some. Okay, what do you guys do? So you design food tech brand. What do you mean by food tech brand? Is it that you guys are designing food brands, or you sell them, or what do you guys do? I really wish I could hear you talk, because this is an interesting one. Okay, marketing.
Marketing is the best. You can actually now look at how will you market this thing, how you solve the problem, how you market without going outside, without doing anything.
Are you seeing how it's working? You see that? How will you market? Don't you wish to sit down in your house and market to the whole world? Frank? Just imagine that you don't want to wake up in the morning. Just wake up, and while you're lying down on your bed in 10 minutes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, just come out just to me.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a food brand. We make resource like suppliers for restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also have the people we do e-commerce.
Yeah.
Like e-procurement platform there.
Okay. So when you look at your process, are there things in your process that you think would be better?
Yeah, I think so.
So what you do to really exercise yourself, take note of those problems very carefully, very, very strongly. Examine them, be able to articulate them. One skill you have to have as a product designer, very strong skill, is communication and analysis. You have to be able to analyze the context of your problem in very fine detail. The more detailed you are, the better. And you should be able to articulate it to yourself in the correct sequence. So largely, as a product designer, you should have some kind of logical skills along with you. Communication and logical skills. So you'll be able to understand that, okay, this problem, this is how wide it is. This is the number of elements or parts in this problem. This is how each part relates to that part. This is the part that is causing problem, and this is how it's affecting that part. If I can move it, the problem is causing is that it is going down, so I should make it now go up. That way it will now change. Let us see if we make it go up, what will now change to that side? Okay, let's try this way. Now, how can we make it go up? Maybe we put a button this side and press this way to now go up. If it goes up, let's see where it's working that side. Now let's take it to the market and see where the market would like it. So that kind of systematic thinking and trying to, look at all the different parts of that thing in detail and try to define it. So now you are having your food process. There are things that I'm sure there are things that you're already complaining about before, sir. Like, oh God, this thing, I don't like it. This food, they keep doing this every time. I keep doing it every time. Now, once you are seeing something that's happening every time, and if you're not the only one complaining about it, there's a group of people complaining about it, the likelihood that you're not the only ones in the industry, that's probably other people who are doing your kind of business are also having the same problem, and people are complaining about it in that place. And probably that complaining is got out of the way, people will be working faster, and then people will be churning out more products faster, and you'll be having your profit made more faster, and you'll be having more time. Go and analyze it, write it down, describe it. The more you are describing that into yourself, the more your mind will start to see solutions. Start to think about, okay, how can this thing be done in such a way that it can be accessible to everybody here, and they can just get it and be paying for it. Just start thinking that way. If you are stuck in it, just call me or call Austin. Your guys already on the team who think business. You start thinking. Another thing you should have as a product designer, is your social skills. Be able to make friends and make connections that can brainstorm, that can think together, bounce problems, call somebody and start to talk about problems and solutions. Don't spend your time, don't spend a lot of time, try to save your time, don't spend a lot of time. Even if you go through social media to follow handles on social media that like senior designers. Go through tech handles that discuss problems and things, and look at how they discuss or talk about those things. It will give you insight on how, you're just seeing thoughts being processed. Because in the realm of product design, you are dealing with abstracts. You are interfacing between the realms of where ideas are abstract and not seen. And you're trying to bring it to where people can see and not just interact with it productively and usefully. You get? So it's a game that is played in the world of thoughts and words. You get that communication. So hang around a lot where you see communication. When you read the news, when you listen to issues in the news, when you listen to where would I put it now? When you are really scrolling through social media, you're reading the newspaper, don't just consume it with the ear of a gossiper. No, like the way people just read news just to have fun and stuff. Let part of you be looking at searching for problems. Just be a problem hunter, because problem is what we sell in this industry. Problem is where you make money. Imagine, look, from pharmaceutical industries, let me tell you how they make money most of the time. They will create a problem, they'll create a virus, you get, and then infect people and create a solution to it. Because when there's no problem, there's no demand. And there are a lot of problems. Some users don't even know that they have a problem until you show them the solution. They now realize that, this thing has been disturbing me all the time. I like it. Let me have it. You get? So you should be a problem hunter. Have a list. I have a note. I have a file on my Notion. You know, a file on my Notion that I put ideas. I just wrote it ideas. Anything that enter my mind, I just go and write it down there. And so I just be developing it over time. I wrote, yes, it's called design ideas. I just developing. It has a lot of number of things like that. Whether I'll do it or whether I'll prevent it or not, one thing is that every exercise makes me stronger. Every exercise makes me stronger. So that's just let me not stop here so I can go and attend to other things. You know, I think we've had enough today to chew on. But okay, I hope you're encouraged to move to push for that and move from there to design. Do you guys have any design experience before? And Folake, do you have any design experience before? You said no.
Yeah, I've had one design experience actually. I've been into graphic designing, and the whole process of conceptualizing your mind and bringing it to life is very much interesting. So that's one good part of it, which I love. So that's what actually brought my interest into UI UX design. UI UX design. So I like the way you've actually motivated me with all these talks. So I'm going to go and start looking for problems now. Even when there's no problems, I'll create one. Yeah. So I can.
Yes.
So
There's plenty of problem. There's plenty of problem though. Don't get used to creating problem.
Okay.
Don't also get used to one mistake that people do in the industry. I'm going to tell you guys this very early because it's something that not many people let leak. But I'm going to tell you guys very, very early. Don't fall into the temptation of creating a solution and looking for a problem for it. You get? Sometimes you can have an idea and your idea is nice in your mind and still develop on it, but you don't know that they want it in the market. You get? So look for problems more. But also if you have an idea, also work on the idea just for the exercise and for the fun of it. You get? Okay.
So are you saying that if we create a solution without a problem and pitch it, it won't be, somebody might not buy into that idea or might not.
Because so this is if I come with a solution, if you come to me with a solution, I'll be asking you which problem is it solving?
Okay.
Because the problem
there can't be any solution without a problem.
My brother, people have done a lot of solutions without a problem. There are a lot of products that have flopped in the market because nobody was buying them. Because the guys had an idea, they thought that so it may be a problem they're trying to solve, but the problem is not anybody's problem. For example, you can just say you want to solve a problem. You want to build a product that will allow people to be able to see the stars. You get? So see the star is a problem, but it's not the problem of people in Nigeria, for example. You get? So you have to, if you observe your first course, your first topic in your course is user personas. Have you observed user persona?
Yes.
You know why? Do you know why they start with user persona? They start with user persona because your job as a product designer is to solve problems for people. So you have to first understand the people you are solving the problem for. So now, if you didn't define the people you are trying to solve the problem for and know their problem, you're not going to think about your own problem. I'm going to say to them, they don't want your problem. They want their own problem. You get? Wow. So you end up building a product that nobody will buy, and that's it. You've lost that waste of your time. You had a good design and mentor, but you're not selling anything. And Austin, somebody like Austin will not agree with you because he's a businessman.
That's even a problem, to build a solution to a problem that no one is buying into. It's even a problem.
Exactly, it's a problem in itself that we have to find a way to solve. That nobody can make that mistake again. It's true. So, yes, for like, yeah, you say you do canvas, right? Most of the time. Okay, good. So by next week, you explore your experience with canvas and see what you've learned and see how I can push you for that and bring that into what we're doing. Okay, guys. I guess we'll just call it a day. It has been a very wonderful. It has been an interesting one. I'm really impressed with you guys. Your interests in the area of it. I'm impressed with the way Emmanuel has gone after this thing. I'm sorry, Austin, and also Emmanuel. The fact that you are also into, you are seeing these things now. You're seeing in terms of the business end. Wale joined us late, and Wale joined us late, and I think Festus joined us very late. But guys, don't worry. We recorded this, so I'll try and see how I can get you a link to it, probably upload it to Google Drive, and then get you guys a link to it so you can go and listen to it yourselves. Again, for others too. So until next week, our next class is going to be Thursday because of
Sorry, your name again, Isaac is always.
So Samuel, my name is Samuel.
Okay, yes, Samuel. Let me save your number.
Yes, WhatsApp. You see my number there as Samuel, so you'll be able to.
Samuel, what I'm seeing here is unknown.
Where? You mean where?
On WhatsApp. On WhatsApp is unknown.
How is that possible?
You can check your profile.
That must be a mistake. Is there now? Just check. You should see all my messages. Should carry my name. Are you seeing my face? Are you seeing my DP? Are you seeing my DP? Yeah, Patience was waiting for a long time. Okay, don't worry. Okay. It's showing on no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm dropping a screenshot so you can check the screenshot.
It's loading right now. Wow. Okay, my name is Samuel. I don't know why they will say that's strange. That's strange. I'll check what is wrong with it, but my name is Samuel. And that's my number actually. So okay. All right now, guys. Next week, Thursday. That should be, I think that should be Thursday we should be doing 3 p.m. 1. Is it 1? I think it was 3, right? 3 to 5.
As it is, anytime is okay by me.
All right, I think I'll check the date we have again, but it's Thursday we're going to be having that because of the Muslims who will be going for their prayers on Friday. That's why I have to move it. So that should work for everybody, hopefully. And normally we'll just be recording also for those who didn't attend. All right, guys. All right, until Thursday, have a great time and have a great week ahead. And
all right, bye-bye, everyone.
Read through your stuff and then try to get as much problems as you can solve. All right, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
It's been a nice time. Bye-bye.
So I'll be calling you on WhatsApp now.
All right, no problem. All right.